Yo, what is up, everybody? Thank you for coming out and watching another episode of Gaming Got Me in the Feels. It's your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming here with you on the TSWS Gaming YouTube channel. Hopefully everyone's having a very good day. What's cracking? I'm happy to be here, man. It's been a pretty wild week within gaming. I tell you what, there's been a lot of weird news. Some partially deserved, others a little more crazy than I'd personally like. I'm going to be reviewing two games here live, right off the cuff, just giving you my thoughts and opinions on how I felt these games went. Those two games being Redfall, which you can see on the screen right now, and the other game being Ravenlok, which is here. Let me go to a video just so you can see it. Which is this game right here. This game's pretty dang cool, but let me get into some of the news that I wanted to kind of break down and talk about first. So with that being said, let me go on ahead and pop up the screen for what I'm going to be talking about, which is bam, right there. All right, so maximize this a little bit just so you guys can see it a little bit clearer. So Starfield ESRB, I wanted to talk about that first before I get into, the two reviews that I wanted to do for Ravenlok and Redfall. The ESRB is insane for this, and it's pretty dang fun to look at. A lot of people have been posting it on Twitter, talking about it. So as I said, this is for Starfield, Bethesda Softworks, ESRB. This is the actual website for it. So it's going to be a matured rated game. Very exciting right off the bat, right there. I mean, hey, we want it to be as crazy as possible. This is supposed to be Bethesda, right? So let me go on ahead and read the rating summary just to give you an idea of what this whole rating kind of was for. So it says, this is an open world role-playing game in which players assume the role of a minor task with finding artifacts across the galaxy from first-third-person perspectives. Fire. Right there, fire. I mean, keep in mind, people, they haven't talked too much about this game. I mean, in the sense of what you're going to do, what you're going to be, what the story is all about, and stuff like that. It's been super duper mystery. So part of this ESRB rating is very telling as to what the game's going to be. Pretty exciting to me personally. But I'm going to go on ahead and reread that part. It says, this is an open world role-playing game in which players assume the role of a miner tasked with finding artifacts across the galaxy from first to third person perspectives. Players interact with various characters, complete quests, and search for supplies while battling enemies. And the enemies could be humans, robots, and alien creatures. Cool. So, and then it continues to say players use futuristic guns, lasers, axes, and explosives to kill enemies. Combat is fast-paced with frequent gunfire, cries of pain, and explosions. Dope. Attacks on some enemies can result in blood splatters effects. Several environments depict blood stains on the ground around corpses. The game contains some suggestive material in the dialogue. And after sharing a bed with characters, it says right here, life is a sexual transmitted disease that's 100% fatal. Wow. I'm going to read that one more time. Life is a sexual transmitted disease that's 100% fatal. What the hell? And then also, I'm all for getting a little wild, but next time let's try it without the jetpacks. They're tripping. Talk about seeing stars. Woo. That was amazing. So that's going to be some of the kind of dialogue that we're going to be hearing within the game when it comes to sex and stuff like that. But then also it goes on to say a fictional drug called Aurora is prominent in the game with a section involving characters working in an illicit drug lab. Players can also obtain Aurora by selling or buying it from vendors. So hey, if you buying, we selling, I guess. That in the game you get to play as a drug dealer. That's interesting. That's something that I've never played as before in a video game that I can remember. I remember like doing drugs in video game. If you ever played the game The Warriors is fantastic, but to refill your health meter in The Warriors, you take this stuff called like Flash or something like that, and he like cracks it and does it, and he like all high and shit like that. It's pretty funny, but yeah, it's not the first time that you've done drugs in game. Also Scarface, The World Is Yours is another fantastic game where you end up doing drugs and stuff like that. And so drugs in video games is not anything new, but slanging drugs in the video game to me is, I mean, let me know if I'm wrong. I don't know any other game, and I'm sure that I mean there's so many damn games that people have made. There are games on Steam that I look at and I'm just like, how did this actually become a real video game? That's insane. So I'm sure somewhere possibly there's another game where you're selling drugs, but not one as popular as like a Bethesda title, which to me is insane that you can sell drugs in a video game. So I'll just reread that part if you're just joining. It says a fictional drug, Aurora, is prominent in the game with a section involving players' characters working in an illicit drug lab. Players can also obtain Aurora by stealing or buying it from vendors. Man, that's just insane. Consuming Aurora results in a distortion effect on the screen. The words fuck and bullshit appear in the game. So, hey, I mean, that's pretty much all that it has right here. But hey, that's pretty exciting for a game that we haven't really seen a whole lot about yet. Revenator, what's cracking? Thanks for joining the stream, brother. Good to see you here. Good to see you. More people up in the chat. Yo, y'all say what's cracking. Can only listen busy in the kitchen. Hey, get to cooking. Get to cooking. Do your thing. I appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much. Going ahead and listen. Do your thing. But yeah, the ESRB on this is just absolutely wild. So just to go over a few highlights, just in case you guys are just joining right now. This game, open world role-playing game, obvious, has first and third person in the game. Your role is a miner tasked with finding artifacts across the galaxy. You fight humans, robots, and alien creatures. Use futuristic guns, lasers, axes, and explosives to kill enemies. There is sex in the game. Like right here where I'm highlighting, where it says life is a sexual transmitted disease that's 100% fatal. I'm all for getting a little wild, but what's the next? But next time, let's try it without the jetpacks. And talking about seeing stars, woo, that was amazing. And then the drug Aurora, right? It sounds like it's going to be a really exciting game. But speaking of exciting games, I want to know who out here that's listening right now is actually going to pull up when it's time to get Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not crazy excited to play this game, but I tell you what, my wife loves Zelda. So am I going to be paying for it? Yeah, let me show you something. My wife made me buy this joint right here for like $100, right? I mean, I'm not a big Zelda fan, but she is. She loves Zelda. I ended up having to buy her a Switch, get Breath of the Wild. We have the Link game for the classic Nintendo. Um, we have several Zelda games, and I'm not playing them, but she is. I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild. That was kind of fun. But then once I'm gonna be real with you guys, and you're gonna hate this possibly if you're a big Zelda fan. Once I got Immortals Phoenix Rising, I was like, bye, Zelda. Because I didn't want my weapon to break. I don't know. It's just it's like a pet peeve of mine. I just don't like constantly finding weapons, or at least having a favorite weapon and not being able to keep it. But anyways, moving on. Yeah, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is Tears of the Kingdom is it's gonna be dope though for those of you that are really looking forward to this game. I'm definitely gonna try it because I'm the one buying it, and my wife, yeah, definitely, is gonna be jumping into it and whatnot. She's one of those people that likes to do every single thing. She's like 90% or 80% into Breath of the Wild. She hasn't quite beaten it yet, but I'm gonna surprise her with this, and then she's gonna be like, "Damn it!" and run back and then beat the rest of it. And because she's like stuck on one of like the last bosses or something like that in that game, and she put it down for a while, but then I showed her the trailers for Tears of the Kingdom, and she's starting to, yeah, wants to get back into it. But I think once I actually purchase it and hand it to her, she's gonna feel obligated to go on ahead and finish the rest of Breath of the Wild and then hop into Tears of the Kingdom. Um, so yeah, I'm interested in it. So as for the chat, I'm seeing you guys pulling up. As I said, what's up, Revenator earlier. Superman, what's cracking? Thanks for pulling up. Sinistar, okay, tuning up, turning up the sound now. Okay, so I got you. I feel what you're saying. Revenator N64 was Nintendo's best console. Hey man, I don't completely disagree with you. I kind of lean a little bit harder with the GameCube just because it was just such a big deal to me, and I loved Super Smash Brothers Melee, and Eternal Darkness was like my jam. F-Zero was pretty dope. What was that? Beautiful Joe was pretty dope. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved me some N64, Turok Rage Wars, obviously 007 Perfect Dark, and Donkey Kong, and the wrestling games. Jeez Louise. WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, NWO versus WCW, Revenge. I mean, N64 was fantastic as well. But the GameCube was something special to me, and I think it's more or less because I got that. Actually, I got both the N64 and the GameCube on my birthday. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Whatever. I like them both at the end of the day. But moving on a little bit more, because this isn't going to be a super long video, you guys. I'm more or less here just bringing some things to attention. If those of you don't know, Tears of the Kingdom, it comes out this Friday. So yeah, the 12th. That is coming very soon. So make sure you get yourself prepared if you're looking to play that game. It's a $70 game from Nintendo. So it's got to be good. Right? Right, and it's Zelda, so I mean, you can't miss, I believe. And from what the game's looking like throughout the like previews and stuff of it, it looks like it's going to be fantastic. But anyways, moving on, Xbox has a bunch of or has some games that are going to be dropping starting on like May 16th. So I was actually looking through this, and one of the biggest game of them all to be dropping on here is FIFA 23. Excuse me, I apologize. FIFA 23. That comes out Tuesday on the 16th. So the day after the supposed decision for the EU for the whole Activision Blizzard thing, which I'm still excited for, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much. I know over on Boom's channel right now they're talking about the whole like thing with the CMA and EU and Activision Blizzard and stuff like that. But for me, honestly, I'm so exhausted from talking about that. It's a fun topic, but I cannot talk about it every single show that I do or go on. It has to get ignored at some point. So with that being said, like I said, FIFA 23 comes out on the 16th, but there's also some other games to kind of take note at. So other than just FIFA dropping, which I need to get that off the screen, we also have Amnesia: The Bunker. That game's going to be coming out on May 23rd into Game Pass. On May 25th, we'll also see editions of both the console version of Cassette Beats and Railway Empire 2. So Cassette Beats is supposedly like a game kind of similar to Pokemon. Shout out to Boogeyman for hitting me up with that information not that long ago. Dope dude within the community is going to be starting to stream and stuff like that. But he let me know like, yo, Cassette Beats is probably going to be pretty fire. It's already out on PC, but they're working on the console version. He thought that it wasn't going to come out for quite some time, but it looks like just later on this month, on the 25th, it should be out and available to play. So if you're into Pokemon and stuff like that, that might be a game that you want to look into and check out possibly. And then Railway Empire, I don't know what the heck that is. Look it up yourself. I just wanted to go on ahead and let you know that it's coming out. And then as well as another game, Far World Pioneer is set to join Game Pass on May 30th. So those are some so those four games are just something to kind of look out for if you're looking for something new to play, something that you haven't exactly seen before, or if you just wanted to be able to play the console version of something instead of playing on your PC, like Cassette Beats, Beast. I keep saying Beast, Cassette Beast. You can definitely check that out here in a little while. Looks like Superman says he's waiting for Pal World. What is that? I have no idea what Pal World is, bud. I don't know. But anyways, off to the meat and potatoes of really what I wanted to do today for this show. So I really wanted to get into Redfall and my kind of opinions on that game and how it played, and just like my overall review after beating that game, which it was fun. It was good at times, but it does deserve to be criticized 100% for sure. I actually put a post up on Twitter that kind of blew up a little bit, and I'm actually going to put that on the screen real quick if I can find the button again. There it is. So, yeah, it's still, people are still super angry and stuff like that with what I posted. And some people are in 100% agreement. So, let me actually fix this so you can see the top of it. There you go. And let me make it just a bit smaller so you guys can kind of keep up with me if you want. But anyways, what's up, Sourblow? I see you just popped in. And Superman says Power World is basically an M-rated Pokemon clone. Hey, that sounds actually kind of interesting. If the dialogue is dope enough and it's not super childish, I don't know, maybe. I tell you what, Superman, you play that game, take a few screenshots, take a video of it, and holler at your boy. Because I'm interested to see what that game looks like. If you have the spare time, I'm happy to check it out. I'm happy to check out your gameplay, see what it's all about. But anyways, as for Redfall, which is going to be the game that I critique first, because I mean, it's just the crazy thing that's been going on as of lately. So right here, I put a simple tweet out that kind of blew up for the better or worse, depending on how you want to look at it. So I put, "It's done." Reading that message from Arcane Studios, and I'm going to stop right there just so you guys can get a good idea as to what the message is. Let me go on ahead and hit it and see if I can expand this to make it bigger. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. So it says, on the top, it says, "Thank you. When we set out to make Redfall, our goal was to create an ambitious new game while building on Arcane's signature creative values. Our focus is always atmospheric world building, exploration, and game mechanics that encourage players to improvise. The challenge was to keep these elements as strong as we added an open world mission structure and 4-player co-op, which is very new for them. In order to bring Redfall to life, we endured so much together, the pandemic, global upheaval, and once in a century ice storm that shut down Austin for a couple of weeks. The final result is a testament to the people who labored for years on the game, obsessing over every aspect, our desire to make something great for our players and for one another. It is keeping us going. Directing Redfall, trying to guide the team through all that happened along the way was illuminating and inspiring. We want to express our deepest gratitudes to the team at Arcane, Roundhouse, and Bethesda, and to our development partners around the world. It's an experience that none of us will ever forget, and it's our greatest pleasure to finally turn the game over to you, our players, and as we continue to expand and deepen it. We hope that you love Redfall as much as we do." Okay? So that was the statement. So this is what I ended up writing on here. I put, "It's done." Reading that message from Arcane Studio and seeing some of the community be disrespectful is unacceptable. I understand it's not in great shape, but I still managed to have fun. And though I wish it ran better and had a few more mechanics, the people making the game are very talented, but happen to fall short of the success they desired day one. I'll be back in the city of Redfall once it's all patched up and fixed. Happy gaming, everyone. That's not crazy. In my opinion, that's not crazy. In 250 people's opinion, which is way more engagement than I usually get on a post on Twitter. Way more than what I usually get. Every once in a while, I'll crack 100, maybe like 150. But 250, I mean, hey. I mean, a lot of people agreed with it. For my algorithm, a lot of people agreed with it. But a lot of people disagreed with it too. Some going as far as to say that I'm complaining or faking about the disrespect to developers within the community. I don't have the post on me, which I could easily turn this off, which I might just do. I might just turn this screen off and look it up real quick just to see some of the crap, some of the BS that people have been throwing on people's names. Just trying to say that Starfield, or not Starfield, but Redfall sucks. Redfall sucks. Sure. But going into a developer's DM or going into their comment thread to tell them how trash they are or how horrible they are or just this, that, and a third is just absolutely insane. I really wish I could find that tweet. And man, it's kind of disappointing that I can't find that. I know there was a few. I really want to look a little bit further in and see if I can find it real quick. If I don't find it here in a minute, I'm just going to keep it moving because I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. I don't remember who said it. I know Matt has also said it. Or has also seen it, though, as well. And let me know in the chat if you guys have seen some of these wild tweets going and calling for people's jobs at Arcane, telling them that, you know, they don't deserve to work in the gaming industry. Oh, Revenator said bookmark them. I don't even think about that because I see stupid shit like that and I just continue to move. I don't want to like save that kind of stuff, but you know what? If I'm going to start doing this kind of stuff every once in a while and just bringing that kind of shit to people's attention, then I probably should do that. I appreciate that, Sinistar. He says, this is a good channel. Sounds great. And that was a fantastic tweet. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah. But let's go on ahead and look at some of this BS that I've seen in here. So I agreed with this person right here. It says the game's a mess. I'm chipping away at it because I love Arcane and the setting, but man, it's rough. They really are human at the end of the day, though. And I put, it's really that simple. Admit the issue exists and keep it moving. That's really what it is. Here, let me go and see some of these interesting ones right here. So, like, people showing up to do shit like this. Like, I'm trying to be positive. And somebody pulls up this tweet that literally doesn't even make any sense. What they're trying to say is Arcane with PlayStation equals Deathloop, even though that's a multi-plat game. But Arcane with Xbox it doesn't make any sense. So essentially what that person's also saying is Destiny now being as bad as they are and looking as rough as they are and dealing with all the stuff that they're dealing with, Destiny 2 is just terrible under PlayStation. Let's not be silly. Destiny is not not Destiny, but Bungie is not a terrible studio. Arcane's not a terrible studio. They made a mistake. They sent out something that maybe wasn't finished or maybe needed some more time, polish or whatever, or didn't, represent exactly what the community wanted, and there was pushback on it. This game, Redfall, deserved all the smoke that it got as like the people that, are the people that are the higher ups that approved and said, yo, this game is great. Let's go on ahead and launch it. Those people, Phil Spencer and those, absolutely, give them the smoke for sure. Let them know that, this is unacceptable. This shouldn't happen. This ain't right. But as for telling people that they need to be fired, or especially somebody that's like a developer, like they go to work just like anybody else goes to work. If I happen to buy a brand new Samsung phone, right? And my phone, remember back in the day, not that long ago, Samsung phones were lighting on fire. Remember that? Who would I be to just find a random person that works at Samsung on Twitter and just tell them that they need to quit their job? They need to be fired. They shouldn't be proud of working for Samsung because they give us garbage. Come on now. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. But people don't see it. People don't understand it. Continuing on this. Let me go on ahead and pull this back up. Continuing on a little bit on this. So like people will like go on ahead and say something, but man. All right, so that one actually isn't too bad. Dang, there's a couple here that was pretty gross. So, this right here. So we need to. We also keep in mind. We also need to not lie to ourselves either, because I'm seeing some people also lying to themselves about the game and trying to lie to others. This person right here, no disrespect, but I'm going to read what he said because he posted on a public website. And so that's what I'm going to do. He said, I enjoyed and finished it too. It has flaws, but ultimately fun and couldn't stop until it was finished. I doubt the hate was deserved, and the level and the fake media outrage was also senseless. It wasn't fake outrage, y'all. It wasn't. The game was broken. It was functionable. It was a functionable broken mess. It's just like if you know if your clutch is slipping in your car. It's broke. It works, but it's broke. it's that simple. But like, let's not be disingenuous and say, "Oh, I didn't see anything. There was no problems. I was fine. Everything was great. No issues." No. So when I seen this, and of course, people came to light him up, right, in the comment sections. One person, Flying Web, which is an interesting person. He always has something to say whenever. I don't know. He's been really on top of my posts lately, and it's been interesting. But he didn't even direct this straight at me. He directed it at the person that said he doesn't see any issues. He said, "Fake outrage. Did you not see all the bugs and glitches and Xbox 360 looking crap? This is a next-gen only title, next-gen only AAA title that got delayed a year. Demand better." People keep saying demand better. I mean, we already kind of did, and Phil came out and said he was embarrassed. I mean, what else do you want me to do? You want me to keep screaming at him? People, I don't know what to say. But anyways, a person that actually ended up getting into a chat was actually replying to this person that was, acting like there was nothing wrong, saying, "Fake media outrage. The game deserves all the criticism it is getting. It's okay to enjoy bad games, but don't defend it." And majority of the backlash was aimed at Xbox, not Arcane. SkillUp's review was brutal. And I said, you're right. And I agreed with him. I said, you're right about that, because the one thing that we need to do is be honest, you guys. You can say, hey, I had a good time with this, but there's parts of it that are absolutely shit, and it doesn't make sense. Especially after delaying a game for a year. I shouldn't be walking behind an enemy and I'm like, man, this is stealth. I'm walking up in stealth. And I walk behind them and do a melee attack thinking I'm about to stake them, or I'm about to, do some sort of wild takedown, but instead I just punch them in the ass. Like, that's not good. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough, man. So I replied to him saying, you're right about it not being fake outrage, but disrespectful shit to people's personal accounts shouldn't get a pass. It ain't right at all. And he said this isn't we went on and he said this happened. I'm not aware of that. That is unacceptable. Yeah, and it did get bad. Like I said, I really wish I could pull up that thread of of um of people just absolutely disrespecting developers and whatnot. And one person actually, one of the developers, Matt, I see you in the chat, brother. Matt Likes Games is in the chat. Fantastic, brother. He's on this channel every Friday for bullsitting. And as of right now, he's stepping in for my brother Loke to help me out with the lowdown until my brother Loke gets him. He actually told me that I was able to say this out loud on our podcast, but he just my brother Loke, which is the other main person on this channel with me, he just had a kid and he's just getting everything kind of figured out. So I told him to go on ahead, take a few weeks, go chill, do your thing, come back whenever you're ready. We're not getting paid for this. We're not getting any crazy money for this. So I'm not gonna be like, yo, I need you, when in reality the real person that needs them is this damn baby. So I go do your thing, But anyways, what was I saying? I already forgot. All right, so yeah, I wish I could really find that. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. But didn't the developer say something along the lines of, I can't believe my own like people that I know personally are trashing me about this game? Something along that line. If I'm tracking correctly. Mike, Hard Days Mike in the chat as well. We do a podcast together, me, Matt Likes Games, and Mike on another channel called The Game Drain. If you guys want to check that out, we do it every Sunday. Matt likes to stream. We do a little bit more edgier things on there, not crazy, just more things that could possibly be demonetized, because that's just our test channel that we do stuff on and whatnot. So make sure that you guys go check that out. It's Sadie Boyd. Thank you, Matt. So let me go on ahead and pull that up, if I can. They might have deleted the tweet already, but hopefully not. I mean, hey, if they did, it is what it is. But right here it says 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears, and more blood have culminated in the release of Redfall. So I'm not sure if this is. See, look at this though. Like, this is, senior 2D artist at Arcane Studios, play Redfall, previous Bethesda. It's sad. It's sad. She's proud of what she did. Like, I know it's not received the best, and it kind of, it is what it is. But you guys really like right here. I actually like the tweet. So there you go. There you go. I wasn't lying to none of y'all. She put down, I did not anticipate my own peers, friends, or colleagues openly mocking and being gleeful of a technical of a difficult launch. Delighting in the failures of others, no matter how you feel towards a company, seems mean-spirited. I feel sad, confused, and disappointed. Fucked up shit right there, in my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like it. Sadie also went on to say, I try to keep things positive. I really do, but I'm human. I have feelings. Seeing people I looked up to saying things like they deserved this. Now their resumes are tainted. LOL. What fucking idiots, etc. Truthfully, been the only thing to bother me. Wow. But then I go back to my post about this or what. wherever it is. I just wanted a quick way to get back to it. So I go back to my post, and some people are acting like I'm lying. I don't remember who said it, but one person in particular said something on the lines of, "Oh, I haven't seen it, so it hasn't happened." The fuck out of here with that shit. So let me get into more about Redfall instead of this whole backlash around it. Let me actually give you my review for the actual game. I, as a person that said all of this stuff, as a person that, was being nice, I give this game a 6 out of 10. A 6. It's not great. I give it a 6 out of 10. And I give the game the score that it deserves when it's launched and given to me and I play it. I'm not giving the score as what it could be in the future. What if it was great? What if it was polished? That's what ifs. What ifs will do nothing for us. This is what it is now. The score could possibly change if things get fixed, if things look better, but where it's standing right now, for me personally, is a 6 out of 10. I'm not capping for this game. It was a good time with friends. Boring alone. I enjoyed it for a few hours alone, and then I played with friends. And once I played with friends, it ruined single player for me. Because I'm sitting there looking at all the other abilities that everybody else has. They're my brother Matt using one of those launch pads from Layla, right? That one dude's throwing one of those transporter things. And I'm just like, and whenever I hopped in solo, I was just like, man, I got to climb everything. And then when I jump off of something and land, like the animation when you fall down and put one knee down and catch it on your hand and then get up, it's okay for the first 20 times. After about 30, 40, 50, 100 times, you're just like, man, this is like kind of dragging a little bit, kind of annoying, especially after you use Layla's launch pad and you fall from like 300 feet, fall down and then start running. It's like, wow, that's really nice. Wow, that's really nice compared to that shitty animation that I get after I land all the time, what feels like a 10-foot fall. So that and climbing things, I mean, the animation, it looks nice, but it's sluggish and slow in my opinion. And I really wish it just had that like what is it called? Golly, what am I thinking of? The game, not Dead Island, because Dead Island keeps popping up. And Dying Light. I wish it had a little bit more parkour to it, a little bit more fluidity, jumping around. I feel like your character jumps 2 feet, and I can barely get over the freaking curb. Like the game is fun with other people and hanging out and killing all these vampires, but it's really awkward at the same time because sometimes the difficulty is broken and everything's a one shot. And then all of a sudden, an hour into playing with everything being a one shot, the difficulty turns up to midnight and then everything's way hard to kill. And I enjoy it when it's way hard to kill because then it feels like, all right, well, I'm playing this game properly now. But I'm not getting that right when I turn it on. I have to wait 10, 20, 30 minutes to up to an hour for the game to realize that I turned on midnight. That's insane. The enemies walking into poles, walking into the side of the cars, not doing anything, hanging out, having a cigarette break at every damn place that you go. They're not hunting you. They're hunkered down and hanging out. Shout out to my boy Boogeyman for giving me that thought process. He told me when we were talking about Redfall the other day, he is like, they say the vampires took over the city, but they didn't take over nothing. They hunkered down in the city. They're not hunting you. You're hunting them. And I was just like, goodness gracious. Facts. Facts. Somehow the story leads you to believe that they're hunting you and they're taking over the town. But ask yourself while you're playing that game, when has a vampire or any enemy character found you without you going into the house, going to the attic, going to the basement, or going to a house where it looks like they're having a cookout and you just ruined it? Like, like I just don't know. The enemies are literally doing nothing until a question mark appears over their head. And they're like, huh? What's going on? I need to find a bad guy. This is bad. Go kill. No. I want to see things like Jedi Survivor. Sure, that game is a buggy mess too. Let's keep it a buck. Jedi Survivor is a buggy mess, horrible on the PC, just like Redfall. But the mechanics in Jedi Survivor make the game a little bit more, and also the history behind it. I mean, obviously, you know, Redfall was a new IP. Jedi Survivor is a continuation off of Fallen Order. And fantastic, right? Fallen Order was fantastic too, as well. And keep in mind, Fallen Order came out, I believe, 30 FPS first, and then got that SNX 60 FPS thing later. So, performance, I mean, I want to give Star Wars a pass, but at the same time, I can't. Because there are some major, like, weird moments in that game. In Star Wars, I've had one fight, and I'm not sure if I have it recorded and put on here or whatnot. I might have to like try to find the video or whatnot. I'm not even sure if I have it on here right now. But anyways, yeah, there are some times when I was playing Jedi Survivor where I was literally fighting a boss, and I got his health completely gone, and I'm sitting there beating the hell out of him still, and he just never dies. I understand that games come out broken sometimes, you know, but the whole thing with Redfall and why I bring up Star Wars is because it's just like, yo, in the game of Star Wars, there are enemies that are patrolling an area. They're not just sitting there like this, waiting to see somebody walk by. They are literally patrolling, walking around the area. You might have fought somebody in one area and now you're fighting them in this area, and it's the same group of people. Same group. They fight each other and whatnot. I don't know what's going on when I see people fighting each other in Redfall. I'm like, what's going on? Just a moment ago, they were all attacking me. Now I go over here and like a couple of them are attacking each other. And you know what? That might be on me for not knowing the story as well. You know, maybe if I knew the story a little bit more, I'd see as to why they're fighting and whatnot. But I mean, that game is interesting. Now, let me also talk about some of the positives from Redfall. So the positives, like I said, the co-op was dope. Being able to get different areas of the map to fast travel to quickly after you open the area, pretty dope. When the Rook appears, it's one of the dope moments of that game when the entire sky turns red, lightning starts dropping everywhere, boom, 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 and then he just appears and he's like, "Come on, sucker, I'm gonna beat your ass," and then it's just like, "Oh shit!" like you find yourself running away from that rook, and that rook is fast. Like that part of the game is dope. Staking the vampires, dope. The gunplay is dope at times, and sometimes it's just like I got you right in my crosshair and I'm getting nothing. The game turns up and then turns down, and turns up and then turns down, and it's just such a weird balance. I like what Mike and Matt said when we were in the party together. They said the game will let you know when you're done playing. It'll just bug out. It will. You'll leave a vampire nest and not be able to kneel. You won't be able to push start. Sometimes you'll get a black screen. The host sometimes can't fast travel. The host, not just, somebody extra to the game. The host. Everybody else on your team is fast traveling, but the host. Like, it's just weird. One of the most annoying things about Redfall, that isn't like a game breaking thing at all, is the lack there is of legendary weapons, and the fact that when you want to use legendary weapons, it's fine, but all the skins and stuff that you get from the game, you can't use them on any of the legendary weapons, which is like, sure, I guess, but with there not being any real customization in the game, there is no real reason to use anything under a legendary weapon. So it's just like, why do I need these skins? Because I'm probably never going to use them. I don't know, maybe on a second playthrough. I am going to play it again once they get it all fixed up. Like I said in the tweet, I'll see you later. I'll be back once you get it all fixed up. I'm happy to hop back into the game because, like I said, it was fun. And I'm sure there's somebody else that wants to play and beat that game too. I mean, as much trash as people are talking about Redfall, there sure is a good amount of people playing it. Maybe not on Steam, but on Game Pass, absolutely. Subscription service, yes. They're playing that game. People are playing that game. People that are hating on that game are playing that game. Just is what it is. All right, so yeah, you know what? Playing with aim assist off is probably a good idea, P-Row. It probably is a good idea because sometimes when you're trying to aim, it like will lag behind it. And it will like purposely like slow down your reticle. And it's a little weird. But I tell you what, the guns feel pretty cool. But getting the same legendary 3 times in a row is deflating. It is. It's very deflating. Needing Matt, brother, Matt, when we played the game, you heard me complaining for days that I need a legendary assault rifle. I want a legendary assault rifle. I literally got the same shotgun like 3 times. 2 of the same kind of pistol. And like, it was like, all right, sure. I mean, maybe I don't exactly get an assault rifle. Sure, because you play Borderlands and stuff like that, and you might not get an assault rifle as a legendary. You might get, a pistol, you might get a shotgun, you might get something else or whatnot. But how often do you get literally the exact same thing with just a different level on it? I mean, you do sometimes when like when you get into Borderlands and you beat the living crap out of it, you start to see the same stuff over and over. You do. You do. As many guns as they represent that they have in Borderlands, you do still see sometimes the same guns, but not near as bad as Redfall. Redfall, I should pull up the game right now. I should pull up the game right now. No, I'm not going to do that. But all I pretty much have is legendaries. All I pretty much have is legendaries in there. And I tell you what, I kid you not, that most of them are the exact same names. There's like 3 legendary shotguns, it seems like, and maybe 2 or 3 legendary assault rifles, or 2 or maybe like 4 different legendary pistols. It's very small. It's just a little frustrating. But like I said, you be the judge for yourself, because all these people talking crazy about it, I assume a lot of them haven't played it or don't want to play it. They just want to talk about it. They just want to make you feel terrible for enjoying yourself. And with that being said, I'm saying, yo, forget about it. Don't listen to these people out here. Play it for yourself. See if you like it. Mr. Inferno says we can jump in together at 60 FPS. Hey, I'm down for that. I've already beat this now. Now I can wait for everything else to come out and be patched up and whatnot. As a matter of fact, a game that I did the exact same thing to today just dropped 60 FPS. That being a Plague Tale. A Plague Tale Requiem today. I mean, it came out as 30 FPS, and if you have, like the HFR or whatever that thing is, you can get like 40 FPS. But today, they literally just dropped 60 FPS for that. I'm probably going to download and get back into it. A Plague Tale was fantastic. A Plague Tale Requiem was even better. Thank you, all of you guys that showed up. If you're just showing up now, hit that like button. Share this out. Let people know your boy is live out here doing his thing. But yeah, I recommend you wait on Redfall. If you're thinking about buying this game, wait it. Don't do it. Wait. Do not do it. But if you have Game Pass, I recommend trying it. If you have Game Pass, what's it hurt? That's how most of these people are playing it. I see a ton of people on this thread saying, but it's $70, it's $70. Let's keep it real. 90% of the people probably playing Redfall didn't buy it. They played it in Game Pass. The whole point of Game Pass is to try before you buy. Or don't buy at all. Just play. So, I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, I want to get to this game that you guys can see in the background right here. I want to talk about this one. So as I said before, I gave Redfall a 6 out of 10 for multiple different reasons. Like I said, it is fun enough to be above a 5, and it had the co-op execution in the game. And I'm kind of a slut when it comes to co-op games. I love them. But anyways, Ravenlok is the second game I wanted to talk about today. Pretty dope little game. Very cute. The art style is interesting. The fighting is different. Very simple. Very classic Zelda, to the point where you're just kind of swinging and doing the same move over and over and kind of killing everybody. But then you also get kind of special maneuvers throughout the game. The more that you continue the story, you progress the story, you get more powers within the game. The powers aren't insane or wild or anything like that, but they are pretty neat, pretty nice, pretty cute. But yeah, so this game right here, it's all about like going into this mirror, ending up at this place, and you're trying to pretty much fix the area or whatnot. It's very much a cute game that only takes about 4 hours to beat max. I mean, you can waste time in it if you want to, but I've seen people beat it in 2 hours, and I personally think I put like 3.5, maybe 4 hours into the game. Not a long game at all, and easy to get gamer score in the game. Very easy. You pretty much just continue to level up stuff. You get most of the collectibles, which are fairly easy to find. Most of them are. Some of them are pretty tricky, and I did look up a couple of them. Because I was just like, I don't know where the heck this is. But but I tell you what, it was a pretty good experience, especially for the time. I felt like it respected it quite a bit. I felt like that game respects your time and doesn't try to get outside of what it should be. I was actually surprised by the Metacritic for it. It was like a 67 or something like that. I was just like, man, I feel like this game is a lot better than that. So with that being said, before I continue to talk about Ravenlok at all, I wanted to go on ahead and let you know my rating for the game is 7.5 out of 10 for that one right there. I thought it was pretty fun. It's nothing crazy, new and innovative and whatnot, but it respects your time. It's it's a good time for what it is. It can feel quite repetitive doing some of the moves over and over. The bosses are very, very easy. Easy to the point that it's kind of weird that they're even called bosses. So so yeah, that's why I give that game a 7.5 out of 10. It definitely is fun, but it could have done a lot better, especially with like the boss battles and stuff like that. But yeah, very fun game. Also another game that's in Game Pass to check out. So going ahead and go give that a check out. Like I said, it's only about 2 to 4 hour game at max, and I'm sure there's actually, as a matter of fact, I'm looking right now. Macca, yeah, a guy that I've actually did an interview on this channel, Macca Guides, actually did it looks like it's just a little over 2 hours of a walkthrough for that game. So if you're a person that likes to, get 100% and do all that stuff, definitely check out his channel. Magnificent creator in these areas, a very positive dude and very helpful as well. I highly recommend hollering at him, or at least checking out his content if you're looking to 100% that game. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I needed to talk about today, you guys. I appreciate you guys all pulling up and whatnot. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about, go on ahead and let me know that in the chat now before I go on ahead and get out of here. But oh yeah, and there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. I guess Arcane is supposedly moving on to another game. We're working on another game, and let me go on ahead and tell you guys right now that it's gonna be spun into, Arcane is leaving the game out the drive. There it goes, and they're probably gonna have like Roundhouse work on the game or to continue going forward, which I wouldn't be surprised of. But be sure to get ready to see the narratives be that the game's left out to die or whatever. Roundhouse shouldn't have to be taking care of that or worrying about that, and a lot of people won't let you know that Roundhouse was actually working on the game most of the time already. So just beware of that kind of BS that's going to be coming through the community, because a lot of the community, they just want to see people get angry, get frustrated. Look at this Sea of Thieves waves right here. Me and my boy Matt and Mike getting it in on Sea of Thieves. That was such a good time, man. This game is freaking beautiful. I've only played Sea of Thieves. I've only put a couple hours into it before I played with them the last few nights. And I tell you what, like, this game is another one of those games that I say it's a must play co-op game. It's a must-play co-op game. Because I tried to play Sea of Thieves on my own, and I swear, I felt sick. I felt sick because I'm over here trying to empty the boat of water, shoot cannons, steer, move the. You just can't. It's just not fun. It's just too much stress. Um, I've tried to do that with Sea of Thieves a couple times. It's not single player. It's just not good. Oh my goodness. So right here in this Redfall clip, I'm actually gonna rewind that. This is really frustrating right here in this game. So if you're playing as Remy, sometimes the C4, when you go to throw it, it doesn't get thrown where it's supposed to go. Super frustrating. This has happened to me in multiple areas. So as you see, I'm kind of lighting them up, different shots and whatnot. But watch when I go throw the C4. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Do you see where it landed? Do you see? Right there. Right there. Look, I got it pointed right at him. It even showed that it was going further down at him, and somehow, oh man, that was another pet peeve of mine. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for coming out and checking out this stream. Oh Lord, and my daughter is coming through the room as well, so that definitely means I need to go. Thanks everybody for coming out, checking out the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love to continue to see your chats and everything like that in the near future of other podcasts and whatnot. As for my next show, which is going to be on, it happened again right there. That's insane. That's insane. I mean, look how insane that is. I'm sorry that I keep like starting out on the intro and stopping, but this is just so frustrating. So frustrating. Like you can see me right here pointing out the window. The window's busted. You can see it pointing going to, and you even see the bomb go out the window. There it goes. It's right there. But it explodes under my feet. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. Check me out with Red Infamy this tomorrow on Behind Them Sticks. It's your boy Ham Solo signing out. Make sure that you guys are keeping the gaming or keeping it moving. Deuces, y'all.